Hey, I get it. The idea of losing your individuality? It sounds terrifying. You hear words like no self or selflessness, and it feels like someone is trying to erase who you are. Like you're about to be absorbed into some hive mind, Borg style. Resistance is futile, right? That fear is real, and it makes sense. But let's slow down for a second and really unpack what this is all about, because I promise you, Buddhism and non-dual teachings in general aren't what you think they are. First, let's talk about where this fear comes from. It's rooted in something pretty basic, the survival instinct. The ego, that sense of me you carry around, it's evolved to help you survive. It organizes your thoughts, it defends you from threats, and it pushes you to stand out and be heard. So when someone says, hey, let go of your ego, it feels like they're asking you to throw away your very existence, and when you think about cults, like Heaven's Gate, or sci-fi nightmares like the Borg, it's easy to see why this teaching can get lumped in with the idea of losing autonomy or being forced to conform. But let me ask you this, what if selflessness isn't about losing yourself at all? What if it's about finding something even bigger and freer than the little me voice in your head? Let's break it down. In Buddhism, no self doesn't mean you disappear or stop existing. It means realizing that the self, this image you have of yourself as separate, independent, and unchanging, is kind of an illusion. Think of it like a wave in the ocean. The wave is unique, right? But it's not separate from the water. Realizing no self is like seeing that you're the wave in the ocean. You don't lose your individuality, you just stop being so afraid of it disappearing, and here's the kicker, this isn't about merging into a hive mind or surrendering your freedom. It's the opposite. It's about seeing through the illusions that keep you trapped, illusions like greed, hatred, and the constant need to prove yourself. When you let go of those chains, you don't become less, you become more. More compassionate. More creative. More free. Look, I know this sounds abstract, but here's the truth, Buddhism doesn't ask you to take anything on blind faith. The Buddha literally said, don't believe me just because I said it. Test it for yourself. This isn't about submission. It's about discovery. It's about finding out what's really true for you, and sure, you might be thinking, but what about cults? What about people who manipulate this stuff to control others? Yeah, that happens. But that's not the teaching that people twisting it for power. True selflessness isn't about giving up your freedom to someone else. It's about being free from the things that actually control you, fear, insecurity, and the need to constantly defend your ego. So, here's the message I want to leave you with, selflessness doesn't mean losing yourself. It means discovering that you weigh more than you ever thought you were. It's not about erasing individuality, it's about living without fear. Without clinging. Without the constant pressure to be something or someone. It's not the Borg. It's not Heaven's Gate. It's freedom. And the best part? You don't have to take my word for it. You get to explore it, test it, and decide for yourself. That's the real power of this teaching. Not submission. Not conformity. But liberation. Hey there. New subscribers, thanks very much. And all the earlier ones too. You are all freedom guys. I've got nothing more right now, so I'll catch you later. All my love, everyone, from that freedom guy.